So before my diagnosis, I was very involved in just school and hanging out with my friends. It was a very everyday high schooler life.
Life was great. The business for my husband was booming. For me, I was a director at the hospital at the time. Everyone was living their best life.
It was my last track meet. I did win first place in it. I realized that I had a pain in my ankle, and I thought it was just a sprain or something was wrong.
Abigail began to share that her leg was hurting her and continued to bother her. She had what we noticed to be on her right ankle. She was just going to go in for an x-ray just to make sure everything was okay. My husband took her to the appointment. I was at work.
I was expecting just to hear that I was going to have to put ice on it. She was like, something looks wrong. And she told my dad. And
I received a call. My husband said, they think Abigail has cancer.
All of life just stopped in that moment.
My daughter was just limping. How did a limp turn into this? Just didn't calculate, and I'm one of those guys that try to calculate everything. Everything needs to add up. This don't add up.
I really didn't understand a teenager who was healthy and active and had so many other things going on could be diagnosed with cancer.
The cancer that they saw was so aggressive that every minute, every second really mattered. And then the next morning, she was in surgery having a port placed.
By trade, I am a fixer. Anytime we have an issue, tell me what you want, we can get it fixed. But this situation here, I couldn't fix anything. What am I going to do?
There were some very dark moments.
We went through all the tests and everything. Everything was going so fast. Where did this come from? How did this happen?
At that time, she was on 3 chemo drugs. She was on doxorubicin, methotrexate, and cisplatin. They called doxorubicin the red devil because it destroys so much, specifically your heart. We're still living with the aftermath of that right now. What was my absolute non-negotiable was that whatever you have to do, you cannot amputate her leg. So Abigail said, Mom, what's going on? There's got to be something else that you're not telling us. I had to be honest with her because my commitment to her was to be honest. So I began to explain to her what was going on.
How likely is the cancer to come back? How much is this going to impact my life? I did a whole lot of research and I came to a conclusion. I was like, I would rather lose my leg and gain my life because the percentage and chances of the cancer coming back if I don't amputate are so high. And I want to be able to live.
This was an I surrender all moment. It was a true I surrender all.
I was feeling a deep pain. Actually, I can't even put words to the pain.
I was a track runner beforehand, and I was very passionate. I was wanting to go get a scholarship and everything, and I'm very competitive. Losing my leg, that was earth-shattering to me.
So Abigail she was still getting treatment when one of the social workers came in and talked about a wish and was exploring, Abigail, what would you like to do?
We met up with my social worker. I get to do Make a Wish. I'm super excited about that. Really excited.
It was amazing when I learned I was going to get a wish. It just changed everything for me, and I think it's a way that I was able to find joy in the chaos.
My wife has a saying. She says, I hear you, I see you, and you matter. That's what we felt whenever we found out that our wish was going to be granted.
So 2 weeks later, we got a call to say her wish was granted and that we would be able to travel to Italy.
I was going through finals and I was just like, once again, Make-A-Wish was my hope. And it was perfect because that was my 5-year cancer-free anniversary. And so that means I officially was in remission. I just think it was the best 5-year anniversary cancer remission gift ever. I enjoyed just walking the streets, and I got amazing gelato. The food was just something I think about all the time.
It was the opportunity to spend space and time together.
Allowing our family to do something that we had never done before.
It wasn't just a wish for Abigail, it was a wish for the entire family. So
it was just a trip for everybody.
It was the closing of one chapter and entering into the next chapter or phase of life.
The whole experience was absolutely amazing.
Oh, the cooking class was amazing. We learned how to make pasta, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best cook. I can't even cook eggs, but I was able to cook with her, and that really boosted my esteem. Our taste buds were off the roof, and it was just the best experience ever.
Really, the whole trip, I got a chance to watch the smiles of my family.
The wish really made me feel, our entire family feel seen. We weren't in this journey or experiencing this alone.
It was like we were walking in the arms of a family. We're not going to leave your side.
Being granted the wish was something that allowed us to see that there's still humanity in the world, and people that see the difficulties that you go through in wanting to extend something or grant you something that you probably wouldn't never been able to experience without that wish being granted. That was pretty remarkable.
Really, I must say it like this. I feel like Make-A-Wish is our family now.
You're making a difference on children's lives. You're giving them hope and uncertainty, and you're helping them look forward to something whenever there's chaos in their lives. I truly believe that it just changes the whole mindset and mentality of what you're facing, and you're able to have a good disposition that there's something that I can look forward to. And I feel like that's what Make-A-Wish grants everyone. They grant hope. My name is Abigail Wells. I'm 20 years old, and my wish is to do a cooking class in Rome, Italy. And this is my story.
I'm so excited. So yeah, okay.